Hi my loves, welcome back to a new video. I haven't done a video for a while because I have been really busy in my Etsy store. If you are a new client of mine that's subscribed, thank you so much for coming into my path. I actually put the intention out that I would get wonderful clients who I could help, and I've just been attracting in the most wonderful clients. So today I'm going to do a little thank you spell for all my clients and subscribers, because believe it or not, I actually sort of manifested you guys in and you've all been lovely. But yeah, I've been very busy with personal readings, so I don't like to exhaust myself. So I haven't done so many readings on the channel, but I'm going to do a quick spell for you guys and also let you know like a very easy spell you can do. Some of you already may know it. And then we're going to do a pick a card reading we've got a really powerful full moon eclipse on the 26th. It's going to be intense. Then we go into a Mercury retrograde on the 29th. We have a lot of eclipses coming up. The retrograde ends, I think, at the end of June. We're already in the shadow phase now. It's very interesting astrology. We had a new moon on the 11th, which was very important if you're in a soul connection or on the twin flame journey. So there's a lot of astrology going on at the moment. And I just thought I'd do quick pick a pile reading about like what you most need to know around this, just to prepare yourselves a little bit. We're going to pick from these some childhood Russian dolls, and I've put inside each of them a rune that I've made, one of my ceramic runes as well, so that will give you an extra message. And then I'll get some cards. I don't know what I'll do yet. I might do different things for each pile, who knows. But before then, let me just tell you something that I use, and I used it to manifest lots of my new clients and my Etsy getting really busy, which it has. And I use this kind of method whenever I want to manifest something. It never fails me. It's quick, it's easy, you don't need a lot to do it. It's all about intention, but it's also like something that was used in the oracles at Delphi. It's very like ancient sort of technique. And it's using just a bay leaf. So I write on bay leaves whatever it is that I want to manifest, or whatever it is that I want the universe to bring me. So I'm going to do one for you guys: health, wealth, and happiness for my clients and subscribers. So you write it on the leaf. I like to use fresh bay leaves. It smells very nice. It's a way of like cleansing space and creating sacred space. They spit a lot though when they're fresh. So ideally, maybe do this outside. Usually I do it in my garden where I bury my intentions on the new moons. So I have a space in my garden where I do this kind of work. Occasionally I will do it in here for clients. Maybe some of you need to balance your chakras, because my chakra chart just fell down. Anyway, sometimes I do it in here, but because I have my little bird baby, Canary, Rubicon, and Familiar in here, I don't do too much of this smoky stuff. So I'll open the window after I finish today. So you just write on the bay leaf, and then you just burn the bay leaf. I say incantations if I'm doing spell work. Now, important for spell work, in order to manifest what you want, the universe kind of has to be in alignment with what you want, and it has to be for the highest good, or that's how I do spell work, because otherwise you get into strange territories. So try to keep it sort of general and positive. So this kind of statement is going to be in alignment with the universe. So that's going to be easy to achieve. If it's very specific, it can be harder to achieve, but also it may not be what the universe wants. So whenever I do spell work for clients, it's always in their highest good and quite general, like attracting a soul connection rather than a specific person. I also think with spell work, you have to kind of believe that you're worthy of receiving it. You have to kind of know that it's already coming to you. This is like any kind of manifestation. And it's not in a way of kind of kidding yourself, because that, you know, the universe like and your subconscious mind aren't going to buy that. But you can affirm things to yourself, and then it will start to slowly trickle in. Anyway, you have to kind of believe in it. I've done other videos about this, and clients, I tell this all the time. But what I was going to say specifically with like magic work and ritual work and things like that, I like to always think of something that I can give back if the universe grants me what I desire. because it's like a balancing of scales, and it's so, for example, in readings, if you've had a reading from me, rarely are they the time that I say they're going to be. They often go over, because and not by loads, because I would get exhausted, but I've done like a kind of, I've said to the universe, if you give me clear guidance in my life, I promise that whenever I do readings for people, I'll convey all the messages that come through so that they get clear guidance, and I'll be honest, rather than, you know, keeping stuff back so that people get more readings. So I just will deliver all the messages. And, you know, in my 5-minute psychic readings, I speak so fast to try and get it all out there. Or sometimes I'll do extra things for clients if I feel like they need something extra. Or I'll say, you know, I'll do like free readings or spell work for my friends. That's because something I can do that's kind of easy for me, and other people appreciate it. You don't have to do that, but you can think of, okay, so if the universe gives me this soul connection, I promise to love and honor that person always and give love freely to them in order to receive it. But also I will give like 3 hours of my time or skills doing something for someone that they need, that I can give. And you don't have to sort of know exactly what that is, because maybe a situation will present itself and you'll see what you could do. But I just think it's nice to kind of give back, and it just, you know, the more love and energy you give out in a positive way, the more you'll get back. So you really can't go wrong with it. But yeah, that's like partly why sometimes I'll do sort of spell work on the channel for clients, but also because I really appreciate you guys so much. And I love what I do. And yeah, but that's just a quick thing about spell work. So if you want to do something like this yourself, you just need bay leaves, and you can use dry bay leaves that you can buy, but I have a bay leaf plant outside, so I use that. And you just write what you want. And then I like to sort of like burn it in a candle as I say incantations. So I'm just going to do this quickly. So just connecting in now. Ancestors of blood, ancestors of spirit, you are welcome here. All are honoured, all are mourned, all are remembered. I call my beloved dead to this gateway. Only those that wish me well may enter, and in this transformation, aid me. Lady Fortuna, bless this spell, and my client and subscribers' fortunes as well. All held in this palm, keep from harm. All here enclosed, let fortune choose. Okay. So, please, universe, grant health, wealth, and happiness for my subscribers and my clients, and the granting of their desires if it's in the highest good for all involved. Please manifest this into form for everyone watching across all time and space, so new subscribers also, new clients also, anyone that comes into my work, my energetic work that I can help. I call upon the blazing fire, bind to me my true desire. I call upon the swirling air, let them be held in tender care. So you guys can think about what it is that you might want at this moment as well, in relation to health, wealth, happiness. And how things burn is important, because sometimes these burn just so quickly. And then obviously, like, maybe some of you did have to think of something specific, because as I said that, I had to kind of relight. So maybe there was something that, you know, you guys, some of you needed to like put your intentions in. It doesn't matter how they burn, but I can kind of tell when I'm doing spell work how the spell goes from how. So there might be a bit of resistance with some of you to thinking that you deserve these things. But here we go, it's starting to go now, that's brilliant. I send my wishes forth in smoke. Health, wealth, happiness, prosperity, love, beauty, healing, peace, all good things to those connected to me spiritually in terms of my work, my clients, my subscribers, friends, family, pets, familiars, ancestors, my guides, gratitude to everyone. I send my wishes forth in smoke. I send love and light out into the world. And often you'll get like a little thing like this at the end. Sometimes I like to bury that in the garden. You can do whatever. Just going to open the window briefly. Oh God. There we go. For the bird baby, I'll close it in a second. You get the real thing, the real experience here on lunar divinations. So, okay, as I will close the window again because we got some rain, but just while I'm connecting in and you guys are picking, just to air the room out as well, get rid of that energy. So we have fresh energy for this. Okay, so there's going to be a choice between 1, 2, and 3. So pause if you need more time. 1, 2, 3. Creating a temporary energetic cord across all time and space to anyone viewing this video. Showing all chances, changes, possibilities, probabilities, channeling through me into the cards, allowing me to see, hear, and convey clear messages that help the people viewing this video, severing the temporary energetic cord, restoring the auric fields, and wrapping everyone in universal love, light, and protection at the end of the reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And by the way, I really felt the energies shift as I was doing that, so I'm just going to close the window now. Okay, what did I say? 1, yeah. Whoa. Okay, so if you went for number 1, number 1. This is number 1. I still haven't glazed my rooms and the light is still extremely bright. But by the way, I worked out how to make my microphone loud, so never again will I have low audio. Okay, so, but what rune do you have? Okay, this is the rune for the self. Oh, gold. There we go. This is the rune for the self. If I do that. So this talks of altruism, creativity, how you kind of fit in terms of like structures of society and perhaps can give back whilst also being true to your own self and your own integrity. So that might be something that comes up as important for you guys in the reading. We'll have to see how that kind of comes into it. Okay, so pile 1 people, what do they most need to know around this full moon eclipse? Pile 1 people. This is a lot. Okay, I'm going to take this. Pile 1 people, what do they most need to know? Pile 1 people. There we go. That's better. Thank you, universe. I like them to flip right out. Pile 1 people. Whoop, okay. Oh, that is so interesting. So you got a card that's all about like society structures, altruism, like how you fit in terms of what you want. Oh, the lighting. There's always an issue with these videos. At least the audio will be good. You got a rune that's all about like how you fit into higher powers and society structures. And here we have the Hierophant, which is all about higher wisdom, higher power. It can talk of like traditional structures such as marriage or the church. Please don't unsubscribe for the technical issues, guys. At least the readings are real. Yeah, so you got the card that's all about higher power in terms of like society, but it came out in the reverse. So I feel like you guys might be thinking like of doing something unconventional, or this full moon eclipse will make you really question where you sit amongst something that is traditional while still being true to yourself. It coming out in the reverse is the rune. So it's the message of like, okay, how do I be myself yet still fit into some kind of higher structure, be it university, a job, a boss, religion, being someone who's in a position of power who kind of speaks to other people or is some kind of mentor perhaps. So you might be coming into some kind of role where you need to balance like what you want and what the higher beings want for you, or you might be like leaving a marriage where you couldn't be yourself, you know, something like that, something where you do the unconventional route. And it's like the universe kind of brings this in for you with the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a sudden shift and change in energies to bring this around. Divine timing is important here. Timing is important here. With the moon card, you know, we have got this powerful full moon eclipse. So it's just telling me that I feel like in this full moon eclipse that's coming out, there will be lots of things brought to light in general. Secrets will come out, hidden doubts, fears will surface, and it's like doing that shadow work. You know, the moon is shadowy, it's never fixed, it's always waxing and waning, it doesn't have its own light, it reflects the light of the sun, which can be incredibly creative and rich, but it's like slightly illusionary. I love the moon card though, but something around this is like you're going to be going in terms of the intuitive route rather than the kind of expected route. So your answers may be coming to you in dreams, in the astral, in the 5D. You may be getting downloads in meditations rather than like traditional routes of wisdom, something like that. With the Three of Cups, it could be around like something to do with friendship circles, group dynamics at work, but this is a card of celebration and pooling resources. So perhaps you do something with a group of friends. If you know you're in some kind of third-party situation, it can relate to that, but this is really kind of a positive card, but that's only for some of you because this is a general reading who are in that dynamic. There's something here about a triangulation that is at play within this dynamic. So perhaps you're doing something in a group setting where you're kind of going against maybe what the other people involved might expect of you. So it's like where where expectations and your own inner truth and inner knowing are kind of at a bit of a triangulation or a bit of a clash, and maybe finding a third route out of like what is expected and what you think. There's like a third path, there's a middle ground, something like that. Because with the Hanged Man, it's all about like, okay, how can we look at this from a different perspective? Taking time out to really kind of like find meaning in this for yourself, or find a new way of relating to something or looking at something. So this whole thing is about you finding a new way of seeing something that is much more intuitive and potentially goes against the ingrained or the expected. And it's like this sudden shift and change creates this, and it could be relating to this kind of full moon eclipse. Something comes out, it can be about self-deception as well. You realize something yourself that just shifts the whole dynamic. With the Seven of Pentacles, you're really questioning like, how am I investing my time? What am I putting my time and energy into? Is it serving me? Asking yourself those questions. Where do I want to invest? Where am I planting my seeds? Are they bearing fruit? Am I getting enough back from this situation in terms of what I'm giving in? These are the questions and fears that are going to come up for you that I feel that are very important for you, and you should fully explore. And do that through dream work, through journaling, anything that's to do with the subconscious. Yeah, okay, if there are some of you that are in this third party situation, because now we have the Three of Swords, which is all about heartbreak, triangulation, old heart wounds, but also definitely like third party situations, this might come to a head. Something here may have to be shifted, and some kind of like what is expected of you situation may shift in favor of what it is that you actually desire. And the way to kind of work this out is not through like rational or known wisdom, it's more like intuitive and what really calls to your soul. So yeah, let's just get an oracle card, because I don't want these readings to be really long. But what is it that pile 1 might need to know? Ooh. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Yeah. So there is this transformation going on. Don't resist it. Things have to die back in order for them to be reborn, in order for them to grow. You have to allow that process. I'm drawn to the Sphinx here. Maybe some of you have had the Akashic record reset. Okay, I think that's everything for pile 1. Thank you very much. Please like the video, subscribe, comment, all of that nice stuff for the energy exchange. Try out the bay leaf thing if it resonated with you. It does work very well. Wrapping you in universal love, light and protection, and I will see you again soon. Okay. Pile 2, pile 2. Okay, hi pile 2. If you picked this Russian doll, it's interesting. This is the only one that doesn't actually fit together. I don't know whether it's like I've got the wrong, slightly the wrong size base, because I have all of the ones that go inside, but I don't have, I've lost some bits of them. So this doesn't quite fit together. So I feel like if you pick this intuitively, you might be trying to force something into being rather than allowing. And in terms of manifestation, that energy is not good. You have to kind of just put your intention out and know that it's coming to you, but not force things, because that really does create resistance. But also it just could be a message to you, if it resonates, like that you're trying to make something fit that doesn't fit, especially if it's to do with a relationship and two halves or two people coming together. It's like there's a bit of resistance there. So just, you know, a message for you guys just to be aware of that. And which rune did you get? You got the warrior rune. So this is all about, and let's, yeah, I know I can never get the lighting and the audio and everything right in one video, but I'm getting better because the audio, I now know how to have my microphone loud. After like a year of making videos. Right, so, nope. There, hopefully. You got the rune of the warrior, or the, like, it's the arrow, it's the warrior rune. It's about sacrifice and courage and justice. So you might have to be courageous in some situation where you know that, you know, something is the right thing to do, or you might need to sacrifice something, let go of something, which makes sense actually, because you were trying to fit something together. I didn't look at what runes I put in each thing. I picked them blind because it's more fun for me. So that's weird that that came out. And it can talk about like a bit of blocked energy as well, this rune, when it's in the reverse. And I kind of feel like I read everything, even if it's in the reverse or the upright, that it could contain, especially in general readings. So there could be something here like you're feeling a bit blocked at the moment. So there could be a block to whatever you're trying to fit or make manifest in your life. But let's see what we get through for you guys. Use this deck for you guys. Oh, that one wanted to like flip out. Oh my god, that's really weird. this card came out for pile 1 exactly the same, Hierophant in reverse. It's about, and the cards are not reversed, it's about going against like a societal structure, or like choosing to go your own way rather than like predefined, oh, what's the word, like what's expected of you. So there may be something that's expected of you and you're kind of like wanting to go the other way on it, or you're needing to kind of be true to yourselves. Maybe pile 1 people are still watching pile 2. Sometimes this happens in my readings. It might just be what the biggest message is for the collective around this full moon eclipse. It's like being true to yourself and gaining knowledge from your intuition rather than like, you know, the media or the church or whatever is the kind of societal structure that's important for you, your job, your career, whatever. There's something about a group dynamic here as well that needs to be brought into awareness. So some kind of conflict in terms of like a group. So yeah, if this is a job situation, it's like perhaps there's some kind of issue within this setting of like wanting to go against the crowd, or some kind of internal conflict you have around following your own way rather than doing what is expected of you. Kind of a similar message to group 1, but different. Okay, group 2. Sagittarius popped out of me at my map, so some of you may be Sagittarius. Okay, Empress. This could be about growing something. This could be around an actual birth, but it could be about the birth of a project or an idea. It could talk of motherhood or your mother, or just the divine feminine in terms of maybe you identify as being a divine feminine, or maybe there's a female energy, not gender specific, in your life. And it's something around like the kind of nurturing, more feminine principle of receptivity and gestation and growth and creativity, and then this kind of like what is expected of you, more traditional route. So perhaps it's about like, I want to be an artist, but I was expected to be a lawyer. You know, that kind of dynamic. What else? But 2 major arcana out of 3. It's a big thing for you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion about what path to take, what way to go. I see a lot of mist. It's like smoke and mirrors. It's like 80s disco with the fog machine on too much. You can't really see clearly. You may be being pulled in loads of different directions with lots of different ideas, and you're not really properly investing into any one of them for long enough for them to gestate and grow. And part of this is because you feel maybe conflicted about wanting to do something different to what you are expected to do. Pile 2. Or that wants to come out. You guys need to have a bit of a rest. You feel a bit exhausted. You feel like there might be constant kind of struggles and battles, frustrations, setbacks. Sometimes when you get a lot of setbacks, it's like the universe is actually trying to redirect you. Sometimes, yeah, we do have blocks to what we want, and I got that from your rune actually. Yeah, you have perhaps some blocks to what you want, but sometimes that's because the universe kind of knows best. And it's like, actually this, if you're being very specific, and I think I said this in the spell work thing, that if you're very specific, it can be harder to get the thing, because it's like you have to go such a long route to getting it. But if you're more general, like, I just want the feeling of being very creative and successful and in alignment with my career, it will come to you in the easiest way. Whereas if you're very specific about, I want this thing or this person, it can take much longer to manifest, because, you know, it involves playing around with loads of different dynamics. And also it's just best to be general so that, you know, it's for the highest good of all involved. But I feel like if you're constantly feeling like you're fighting battles and you're not really sure what to do, and you're like very, very conflicted about something, the best way around this is to really tune in like to your more feminine energies within you. And we all have masculine and feminine, as in like, how does this feel in my body, and following the way that feels good to you. Does this feel nurturing to me? Is this something I can invest in that is actually going to grow, or is this just like I'm pulled in loads of different directions and none of them really bear fruit? It seems like a collective message for, you know, the collective is that like this full moon eclipse is going to really make you question how you're investing your time and energy. Group 2. Yeah, there's something you guys need to actually put down, some kind of burden. You know, you did get the Warrior card, which is all about sacrifice, and this is about actually putting down something heavy. And for me, the 10 of Wands is like something you've carried around for a really long time. Could be like 10 years, could be from childhood, and it's a bit like the albatross around the neck. And it's like, yeah, putting it down is going to make you feel a lot better. But at first it feels weird to put down this heavy weight because you're suddenly like, oh, I feel so different. And it's a bit of a loss, even though you're lighter. And I did say following what's light and feels good, but this thing is heavy, but it feels like familiar. So it's hard to put it down, but you might have to sacrifice this in order for you to find this happiness. And with the Hierophant in reverse, it's probably something that you feel is expected of you, or like some kind of traditional relationship, job, career, whatever, XYZ, that you feel like you've invested in. So it's like, how do I give up on this? But you kind of know it's not serving you, and oh my god, 10 of Swords, you really need to surrender. This, like, sacrifice rune and then these cards, this is all about surrender and the end of painful cycles that are not serving you. Something needs to change, and something will change with the new moon eclipse. The universe, I'm surprised you don't have the Tower, but the universe is like, you guys have to put this down now. Because, you know, it's not, and maybe it's something around a wound with your mother. There could be some grief and sadness around something to do with the mother, or a divine feminine, or some kind of empress figure being like, it could be a woman that you think is just wonderful, or it could be to do with your mother. It could be a feminine principle in yourself. It could be your creativity, anything like that that's kind of nurturing and feminine energies. Remember, not gender specific, but there's some kind of loss here, and there's some sadness involved with letting go of this thing. Some of you may have actually lost someone. This is not what's going to happen. This will be, it's already happened. You already know this. I'm not telling you anything new. But if that's the case, you need to kind of put down some kind of burden or responsibility around this that's weighing heavy on you. In the Five of Cups, you see someone concentrating on these 3 spilt cups, the sadness, the grief, the loss. There are still 2 cups remaining in the upright, representing soulmate love, unconditional love, new hope, new optimism. There is something on the other side of this for you. It's like you might be doing a lot of research here. This situation could also involve a young sort of teenage person, but it's also maybe something that you've been researching and looking at for a long time. This can be the card of online, something that you've been observing at a distance, some kind of obsessional energy of looking at something that needs to be released for some of you, because this can be the card of like online stalking. So it could be like, you know, someone that you've been looking at from afar. It could be, you know, it's different for all of you. But with the Queen of Swords, I do feel like there's a need to cut someone out. It could be that you need to cut out a female energy that's quite cold, barriered, boundaried, or it could be that you need to be more boundaried and barriered. But it's always the card of being true to yourself. So, you know, it's a general reading. It's a little different. It will resonate differently to all of you, but you'll get something from it if you were drawn to this pile. You need to speak your truth, though, because she speaks her truth and she's true to herself. Maybe there's a need, though, I do feel there's a need. The sword energy in this reading is pretty heavy, and it's like there's a lot of thinking, which is very circular, looping, anxious, gives a lot of conflict. And I feel the way out of it for you is not more thinking, it's more tuning into your heart space. And your heart and your intuition will guide you in terms of like what you need to release. Look at my full moon release video where I think I do like shadow work. Also, yeah, my pink light visualization, I do shadow work with a well, which gives you like a visualization of what you need to release. But also my full moon release spell video that's on the channel. Because there might be something that you guys need to release, and you can do the spell work in that video if that's the case. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. This does actually look a lot like the Tower card. There's something with the what I said about you might need to put up barriers and boundaries, and then the no card. Do you find it really hard to say no to someone or a specific situation, or like you feel like you're always giving and trying to please in order to receive love? That might be a pattern that you need to let go of. You might need to kind of learn to say no if you want to say no, and have boundaries with people for some of you. For others of you, this situation just cannot continue anymore, and you need to really rethink that. It's like the universe, and I said this to you, if you feel like something is being blocked off you, and it's not a message I would usually get with the Seven of Wands. Usually that's like, don't give up, keep going, you're tired, but you can achieve your goal. I saw it more as the universe being like, this is not for you. And so it's like, if you're trying to repeatedly do something and you're getting the same results of not what you want, it might be because the universe is actually protecting you. And sometimes like rejection is the universe protecting you from something that is not for you, because there's something better for you. Great gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. That for me is this thing of like using your intuition as a way out of this. Something to do with nurturing, to do with the mother, to do with family, to do with your soul family, your soul tribe, surrounding yourself with those people. And maybe that goes against what is expected of you in terms of your like religious upbringing, or you know what people would think you would usually do. But it's like you find your own kind of, your own group of people, even if it's against the norm for what is expected of you. I get one more card for you guys because it's quite heavy energies. Advice for pile 2. Ooh. Truth be told, yes, baby. Yes. So all of it may apply to you guys, or there's like 2 groups of you where one has to put up boundaries and one needs to speak their truth, which is exactly what the oracle cards then, they always kind of like, I like the cards because they just back up what I'm saying energetically, you know. So some kind of truth needs to come out here. You need to speak your truth. Look how liberated and unburdened that makes this bird feel. This wise owl, it's like a window into freedom. That's freedom. When that's putting down these heavy burdens and having the freedom that comes from expressing yourself and being true to yourself. Round and around, the thing you might need to release is a situation. Again, you go in circles around and around. It never changes. It feels like it's always a struggle. You can't get out of this loop with it. This could also talk of these looping thoughts I was getting for you guys, these anxious looping thoughts. You need to release all of that. So I hope that makes sense. Going to close down the energies now for group 2, sending you lots of love, light, positivity. Please like, subscribe, comment, the energy exchange, and it's just nice for me to know that people like the videos, so I do more. But yes, I will be back soon, and if you need a personal reading, because that energy is quite heavy, there'll be a link in the description box, although a lot of my subscribers are my clients, so you know how to reach me should you need to. Okay guys, see you soon. Group 3, group 3, group 3 darlings. I like your energy, group 3. You're pretty calm, you know. I like you guys. All right, group 3, what rune do you get? You get the wisdom rune. I haven't glazed these yet. Oh, gold. Ooh. Sorry, one day this is all going to be seamless, I promise. But I've got my microphone loud these days, so that's an improvement. I said to pile 1, please don't unsubscribe for how technically awful I am. At least you know it's real. Okay, there you can see it. So this is the rune for... What is this rune again? Okay, wisdom. inspiration, advice. It can talk of the apprentice, and also sort of like tests and learning. So that might be why I like your energy, because you're quite wise. You could be teachers, you could be learning something. This full moon eclipse could teach you something new, or you could actually sort of like be in a position where you're teaching others. You might be learning divine lessons. Something around apprenticeship, teaching, learning, and wisdom and knowledge. It's like things are coming to light. That's what's happening for the full moon eclipse for all of us, but for especially for you guys. But I feel it's not in a revelatory way for you. It's more like, I don't know, I just get a calm energy from you guys. But let's see what the cards say. So connecting into group 3, please. What do they need to know around this full moon eclipse? Group 2 had that. You need to speak your truth. You need to also listen to your intuition. Similar message to both. Oh yeah, secrets are going to come out, or revelations are going to come to light. This could be around something to do with the divine masculine. You may identify with the divine masculine. This could be around a father figure. You've got a lot of major arcana again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 7 cards, major arcana, and the first 3 out of 4 out of the bag, major arcana. This could be to do with a situation that's to do with barriers, boundaries, someone being a little controlling, or a need to control a situation and be firm in your beliefs. There's healing coming in for you. There's healing for sure. That's what I felt. There's calmness and healing from this revelation. It's not like group 2 had like heavy, intense energies. Yours are much more kind of like ethereal, quiet, inner knowing. You know, the high priestess is this very quiet, she knows so much but she doesn't give it all away. So it can talk of secrets, especially with the moon, what is hidden, what is deceptive. The moon doesn't have its own light, it waxes and wanes, things shift and change, it's illusionary, it reflects the light of the sun. So it's about what's dark, what's grown in the dark, what's chthonic, the shadow, hidden aspects of self. And this is related to intuition, to the astral. It could be about hidden sides of yourself that are very spiritual and connected in. You know, we have these pomegranates. That reminds me of Persephone spending half her time in the underworld. There's very, you know, stuff is going on underground in this group. There's stuff gestating, but it brings calmness when it comes. It brings healing, it brings calmness. It's to do with a long-held dream. You might be, with these cards, getting a lot of downloads in your dreams. But it's something to do with maybe a divine masculine, so you could identify with being a divine masculine. You could be dealing with a masculine energy. It could be a need to balance your intuition and your kind of more authoritative, go-getting energies. There could be something around control here, because I feel like you are feeling pretty trapped. And this full moon eclipse is somehow going to free you. And it might be freeing you from like old patterns of thinking, self-sabotage, self-imposed limitations. You will be speaking your truth. You know, you go from the 8 of Swords, someone who doesn't see clearly, who is unable to free herself, and swords are all about communication. So thoughts are not your friends. They're keeping you trapped. They're keeping you in the past. But she actually has the means to set herself free from this. She just needs to step backwards. There are no swords behind her. I'm getting like this Madame Butterfly song, which is all about like, well, it doesn't really relate to this card, but it's all about, you know, self-deception or keeping yourself stuck and trapped and waiting. So you could be waiting for someone or something, and it's like you choose instead to free yourself. You're like going from being trapped by swords, and I feel like I'm speaking to a lot of feminine energy here, not gender specific, but, or it could just be the feminine principle of you, i.e. your intuition is like suppressed and trapped and hidden. But then you're like getting your sword and you're like cutting yourself free, and then you're using your sword to like protect and defend yourself. So you're putting up firm, you know, with these 2 cards, you're like putting up your barriers and your boundaries, and you're protecting yourself. There's something here. There could be a little bit of mild depression or just a feeling of like meh, you know, emotional neutral, looking at the empty cups, missing this beautiful offer from the universe that's coming in. So just a message not to focus on what's wrong in a situation or what's missing, but to see the potential that is being offered to you by the divine. I feel like something's going to shift and change in this new moon eclipse, full moon eclipse, sorry. And it might be something from the new moon that you have been manifesting with that card too. But something's going to shift and you're going to get this opportunity for healing and you're going to get this opportunity from the universe. But it's like you have to be open and receptive to it. And a lot of that might be around your own fears and limitations that you're placing on yourself. There's a need to transform. There's a need to let go of something. But deep transformation and healing are coming in with these two cards. Definitely. Lots of major arcana. These readings, of course, have all been very deep. I'm seeing the compass popping out. So this is about how you're orienting yourself as well. How you're navigating yourself. And having this kind of, this star, this guiding star of your dreams, your hopes and your wishes that you're being led towards through this process. There could be some confusion that comes up, smoke screens. If that happens, follow this bright light of inner truth and knowing and your inner held dreams, and that will illuminate the way. Anything else for pile 3? Ooh, God. Jeez. Yeah, there could be some heartbreak here that's being healed. Thank God the 3 of Swords is in the reverse. Pile 1 got this in the upright. I feel like maybe some people watched all piles because there's like a thread, but anyway. There could be a triangulated situation that with this full moon eclipse, it like comes out into the open and you're finally able to heal from something because some information comes to light, maybe with some intuition, maybe there's an ending to a third-party situation and that brings you some kind of healing. Because look, beautiful 10 of Cups. From the past hurt, the heartbreak, there is the potential for the 10 of Cups, true happiness, family, love, emotional fulfillment. It's all there for you. Something needs to end. Some past hurt needs to be released. There's a need to be barriered and boundaried, but not at the expense of letting in this new offer, because there might be a lot of confusion around this because of this past pain. Don't let that cloud your judgment, because there is something good here that wants to come in for you. And if there was this past heartbreak, I feel like it's being transformed. And this could be that someone from the past comes back and it's different this time. Or it could be that you're letting something from the past go in order to welcome something new in. It will be different for all of you. But there's healing to be had here. And you just don't find the answers to this through the everyday. You find it in dreams, intuition. You've all had this, all piles. It's the energy of this full moon eclipse. We're getting illumination, we're getting insight, we're getting downloads, information's coming to light, but because we're also in a retrograde and it's an eclipse, it's deep, it's dark, it comes in unexpected ways, it's ephemeral, it's ethereal, it's in the 5D. So don't discount that and don't pay too much attention to confusing stuff that's going on in the 3D. Pay more attention to your inner compass, your inner star, your inner knowing, your inner intuition. And don't let your kind of fears get in the way of this new thing that's coming in for you. So you may be very fearful and want to be quite barriered and boundaried around someone. But if this is someone from the past and they're saying to you, you know, they want something that's different, I would give them the space to see if that's true, and don't manifest what you don't want by thinking it can't possibly be true. And if this is about letting something from the past go to let someone new in, don't carry all the baggage of what's happened before onto the new connection. Anything else for pile? But there's a third party element or some past heartbreak that needs to be healed and that will be released. Treasure Island. That's beautiful. There are good things for you guys. Sunshine, rainbows. Sunshine, lollipops and rainbows. If you're the person I did a personal reading that I sung that song to recently, then you picked this, I mean, this reading's for you, and it's sort of a similar message, because I do not usually sing on my channel or sing that song or sing in my readings. Music might be important here. Treasure Island is all about like this secret fantasy, but like beautiful kind of world, isn't it? That is your own little world that you discover. And I feel like I'm getting this compass and this guiding light and this North Star and your wishes and your dreams, and like a return to some kind of childhood idealization of what love could be or what happiness could be that you thought was maybe not possible for you, but it's there for you. Your own little world with someone. It's very beautiful energy. If you can get past all of this stuff, you know. And how do you do that? I want to see what this is. I thought so. Time to go. There's something you need to release, and it didn't even want to come out, but I saw it flip over and I had to pull it out. So there's a bit of resistance. And this is about this third party situation. So something needs to be left behind in order for the beautiful thing in the future and in the present. And you need to be in the here and now. So you release anything from the past that is time to be let go of. You need to release, even if that's just past pain. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't mean you need to necessarily leave someone. It's just the energy around that is toxic that needs to be left behind. For some of you, you will be leaving behind someone, but it's for something much better. With chopped wood, it's like, what do you need to do every day? What practical matters do you need to take into hand? What can you do every day that's just a small task that will make you feel like you're making progress? Thinking of the building blocks. It could be like you writing 10 things you're grateful for every day in a book, which I encourage clients to do to shift your energy. It could be literally anything. Doing some exercise every day, working on something for yourself every day that just shifts your energy. And it can also be the building blocks of a relationship and how you guys work together in the day-to-day. I'm going to get a Romance Angel Oracle card. No, Whispers of Love Oracle card for you guys, because it seems like a love reading. Ooh. Actions speak loudly. Loudly. I'm really deranged for you pile, your pile. Like, I was very composed for all the other piles. You guys might have a lot of energy, like nervous energy, or I don't know, especially with this card, bit all over the place. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. So your guys' love language might be through like actions, or it may be that you guys actually finally need to take action on something. Like you've been thinking a lot, and it's like, just take action, especially with the chopped wood. It's like you need to actually do something physical as well as all of this 5D stuff, if you want this. And that might be that you have to like leave something. I'm drawn to the eagle in this card, so eagles may be important. It might be a spirit animal for you. They see the higher picture, they soar above, they're like the king of the bird kingdom. Birds are very divine. Something about this is very freeing. There's a chance for you to have some freedom in this situation. Express your love through actions. Actions speak loudly. Music and speaking and communication is big for you guys, I feel. So that's everything I have time for group 3. I'm going to close down the energies now between us. I hope it was helpful. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the energy exchange, and just because it helps me to know that you like the video, encourages me to do more. You know where I am if you want a personal reading. I'll be back soon. And as always, sending much love, light and positivity to all my viewers, subscribers and clients. Take care.